Welcome back. This video will try to explain the Xenoblade Chronicles combat system without spoilers. All footage is from the first chapter, and there are no story events shown or referenced in this video. We'll skip the mechanics of the prologue and cover the basics that will help you get started with the main game. That said, the basics in this video will also help you in the prologue. So, Xenoblade Chronicles Combat. Everything starts with targeting. Your attacks are always directed to the enemy you are targeting. If you are targeting an enemy out of range, your attacks will not land and you will do no damage. You can switch targets with the bumper buttons, sometimes called shoulder buttons. If you want to cancel targeting, tap the B button. Why start with targeting? Because nothing else will work without targeting your intended enemy. That is the foundation of everything. So to start fighting, you need to target an enemy with a shoulder button and click on the red button in the center of the battle palette. You could also click on an art you want to use if you're in range of the enemy. If an enemy has targeted you, your targeting will likely already be set. As soon as you start the battle, you will auto-attack if you are in range. If after the battle has started, you want to stop fighting and run, move your art selector over your talent art, the big white art in the middle of your battle palette, but don't click it. Instead, press down and the art will change to a green running symbol. If you click that and run, your allies will stop attacking and follow you. But be warned, the enemy may also follow you, and more dangerous enemies with long-range attacks can do quite a bit of damage before disengaging. So, to battle. You will automatically auto-attack if you are in range of the enemy. Auto-attacks generally will not get the job done against capable enemies. Are auto-attacks useless? No, you need them to fill the gauge of your talent art. What is the talent art? The big white art in the center of your battle palette. Each time an auto attack hit connects, it will fill the gauge a little bit. Like any art, you cannot use your talent art until the gauge is full. These get stronger as the game goes on, so making sure auto attacks land is an important mechanic itself. Let's talk about arts. Arts are techniques that can do a lot of damage or cause specific effects. A few arts enable the break, topple, daze cycle that is essential to this game. From the start, Shulk and Rein have the arts to break and topple an enemy. Let's take a look. Shulk's talent art is called Turn Strike. The description says it can inflict break on the enemy. Enemies suffering break display a pink symbol with staggered lines on their health bar. Arts that can break an enemy are usually a pink color. Let's look at Rein. Rein has a green art called Wild Down. The description says, if a monster is suffering from break, he can use Wild Down to topple it. This art will topple enemies that are inflicted with break. Topple arts are usually green, like Wild Down. Using Shulk's Turn Strike to inflict break, and then Wild Down to topple, will put enemies on the ground. This is a mechanic that will become essential early in the game, so it is worth learning at the start. Before we go farther with arts, we should talk about roles. What does roles mean? In some games, like MMOs, characters play different roles or jobs in battle. Explained simply, you have a tank, a DPS, and a support. Tanks attract attention, or aggro, and attacks. The DPS, an acronym for damage per second, does damage. The support offers heals, buffs, and debuffs, and is usually much more fragile than the tank. How does this relate to Xenoblade Chronicles? Let's examine the characters at the beginning of the game. Shulk's friend Rein is a tank, a blocking tank to be exact. What are his starting arts? Let's take a look. Rein's talent art is called Mad Taunt. It temporarily increases an enemy's aggro toward Rein. Increasing aggro? Yup, he's a tank. The description also reminds us that his auto attacks fill the gauge for Mad Taunt because it's his talent art. His art Bone Upper also fills his talent gauge. Essential because you want Rein to use Mad Taunt anytime the enemy isn't targeting him. You want all the enemies you are fighting to target Rein. Now we'll look at Shulk. As we mentioned, his talent art is Turn Strike. It inflicts heavy damage and the break status. Shulk is going to be your character to inflict break, so Rein can use Wild Down and topple the enemy. Shulk will get another break art soon. Shulk's art Backslash gives us another clue to his role. Backslash does damage, but double damage if Shulk uses Backslash on the target's back. Yes, some of Shulk's arts are position sensitive. In other words, it matters where you are in relation to the target enemy. Are you at the enemy's side? At the enemy's back? When you are in the best position for an art, you will see a little blue exclamation point or exclamation mark on the art in your battle palette. When you see that, you can click on the art and you'll get the positional bonus. When you get the positional bonus, you'll see a yellow flash around the damage number. How do you get to the target's back? The tank, Rein, needs to have the aggro and attention from the enemy like we see in the diagram. Otherwise, if Shulk has the enemy's attention, the enemy will turn and face Shulk, and he won't be able to get behind the enemy to get the positional bonus from Backslash. At a higher level, Shulk gets the art Shadow Eye, which reduces aggro. Reducing aggro and increasing damage? Yep, Shulk is a DPS. But he gets the art Light Heal from the start, so he's also mild support. That's what makes this duo work. So in summary, target the right enemy, start battle, let Rein draw the enemy's attention, inflict break with Shulk's arts, and let Rein topple with Wild Down. You can also use gems in your weapons and armor and bulk up with skills, but that will be another video. Thanks for watching, and feel free to comment your favorite battle strategies below.